Estate agents sending emails to leads. You're missing out if you don't know this one trick. Give me the next 5 minutes and I will walk you through a simple £1 Facebook ad that you can set and forget for your estate agency and bring back those seller leads that seem to be reappearing the next week after you meet them with a different estate agent's board. And in this video, I'm not going to pitch you anything. You're going to learn the full reason why these ads work and the process of setting up these ads for yourself so you can go and just do it. Now let's get started. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to know your email open rate. Either bringing in seller leads, you are sending emails to them as part of a sequence, or you have a list of sellers or email list that you are sending emails to. Email is a massive part of what you do. Why would you want to know why is your email open rate important in this scenario? Well, the main reason is that, let's say, for example, your email open rate is 30%. Every seller that's on your list is there for a reason. They have shown an interest in what it is you have to offer. So them not opening your emails is not a sign that they're not interested in working with you. However, it's a sign that they just haven't seen your message. What does that mean? Well, it means that the estate agent that happens to put either an email or some other message or contact this lead or seller is going to get the business, either now or in the future. They've clearly shown an interest. So what can we do? Well, with other estate agents, I have been putting into practice a way to get 100% of the sellers in your email list or email sequences to open your email. And that is to turn your email topic into a £1 Facebook ad. Now, the problem with that is that Facebook ads are expensive, right? Well, not if you do two things. First is you create a video ad in the way I'm about to show you just now. And the second is if you only send your ad to your qualified list of sellers. Let me explain what I mean by that. First, the majority of estate agents using Facebook ads are sending their ads to the highest cost list of sellers. They are basically going to Facebook and selecting what we call a conversion objective. And what that means is they're basically asking Facebook to put my ad in front of the top 10 or the 10% of sellers who are most likely to sell, like soon, now. That's what Facebook is trying to do. The problem with that is that with every other estate agent telling Facebook to put their ads in front of those 10% of people, they are all competing for the same high cost seller leads, which are driving the costs up even higher. So, what does that mean for you? Well, if you create a video ad, and I'll explain to you now, you can use what's called the engagement option for creating an ad. You actually are able to send ads out to not low quality, but the 90% of sellers who are being ignored by the majority of other estate agents. And the best part of putting a video ad in front of these sellers, especially if you just send that out to the people on Facebook, the sellers on Facebook who are in your email list, and you have the ability to do that, it means that they 100% of them see your message. They effectively open the email. And that is the first roadblock between you and getting those sellers on as a listing. We've tried this with our own case study. Our estate agent we're working with called Jules. They had a massive list, not massive, let's put numbers to this. They had a list of 3,000 to 4,000 seller applicants and seller leads. But they were sending emails occasionally. They have more important things to do. They have a massive listings business going on. Sending emails to sellers, it was not their top priority at the time. So it's not exactly a warm list either, but there are these are things on the side. And the other thing was, they weren't sent by only sending the emails occasionally, and with only a few people, only a certain small percentage of the sellers opening their emails, there was a recipe for the majority of sellers to go find another estate agent. So what we did was this exact process. We took what they had to offer. Primarily, it was useful, valuable information to sellers to build trust, and we put it in front of these sellers on Facebook to nurture them and remind them that the estate agency was there. You see, the number one thing that needed to happen was that Jules needed sellers to remember her name and the fact that her estate agency existed until the point where they needed an estate agent for real. I say for real. When they needed to contact an estate agent, the majority of your seller leads and the sellers in your database aren't looking for an estate agent right now. They are looking in the future. But what this means for you is, for an extremely low cost, you can create a conveyor belt that brings these sellers to you when they're ready and actually builds trust with you, between you and them, all the while, without you ever having to meet them in person. And when you first meet them in person, it will show. People were reaching out to Jules in her second month of doing video ads after not being recognized in her town pretty much at all. And they were asking her, can you share this guide with me? I've been preparing my home for sale just as you said in your videos. And I'm very sorry, we've gone over the 5-minute mark, but I do feel it would be useful to share more information with you if you happen to be watching by this point. So those are the two things I would suggest every estate agent who has an email list, every estate agent who has lists of seller leads takes advantage of right now, especially since other estate agents are focused on quantity of posts over getting in front of their existing seller leads. They're all focused on bringing new sellers leads onto the table. I completely agree with bringing in new seller leads. All I'm saying is it will be much more effective for you if your goal is to get a couple of extra listings this month to prevent your existing listings from falling through the cracks. By falling through the cracks, what I mean is people who in your database or in your list of leads who are planning to sell but pick another agent. You already have the contact details of these sellers right now. So what can we do to plug this gap? These really are the sellers who are most qualified or closest to working with you. And so here's what I'm going to suggest. If you are interested in the actual live setup of one of these ads, like in the ads manager, literally step by step, everything you need to do to put one of these ads in place so you could have one up today, let me know through a direct message. When you send that direct message, you're going to get a direct response from either Tina or me, and you want to include in that message the word video ad. Just do video ad, and what we'll do is we'll just send you a video like this one through a program called Loom that explains the process to you. We may even send you a Google document with the process, but you will only get more information from us or any other messages from us if you come back and say, yeah, this seems at the very least feasible for some estate agent. And that's what I'm going to do. Thank you for watching this, and I hope you have a lovely weekend.